Hey guys, welcome in. My name is Cody, and we are going to look at AI culling versus human culling in two different programs. So I tested Aftershoot, which is the AI culling program. It's also got editing, and at first impression, I thought it was pretty good. I got Photo Mechanic Plus, and I have that on a trial, and we're going to go through, and that's going to be the manual culling. So we're going to pit how fast we can click, how fast we can mark images, and see if manual culling is still better than AI culling. So to keep this fair, we're going to use the same stack of 500 images in two different folders. I am going to manually cull them with Photo Mechanic. The video will be sped up, but there's a timer on the screen so you can see the timer. We're not stopping and starting any timers. We're not doing anything. And we will go through Aftershoot. I will start the timer in there, separate folder, same images, let it run its batch job. We'll speed that video up as well, and we'll see who is the clear winner. Now, to keep it fair, we did the same amount of images, but also we'll do the kind of the same workflow where we start the timer, where we click and find the folder that we need to go import and start culling, do the ingest, whatever it needs to do on each program. And then we'll actually build the folder in Lightroom, and that will be the end of the culling session. So that's going to be the competition between these two programs. We'll see which is better, AI or the human, and we'll check out the results, and you can determine for yourself which one you think is best for you. All right, here we go. We've got both screens up. On one, we are comparing Photo Mechanic on the left. This is running at 2x speed. We have Aftershoot on the right. So to get started with Photo Mechanic, it's really just you pick a contact sheet, or you can explore your files on the left-hand side, and then you can open any file folder structure like you have on Windows or Mac. In Mac would be in the Finder, and then you can just begin your culling. I like to do the full screen culling, so you can just click on the magnifying glass or double click on an image and it takes you to this film strip. This is the preview. There are different shortcuts in the preview mode than there are in the contact sheet, but I find this a much easier way to go through here. So after about 2 minutes, we're kind of zooming through, and then on the right hand side, Aftershoot is just doing its thing. The video is just me sitting there watching pixels, which I would not do that if I were not doing this video. I would be up doing something else, or be somewhere else on the computer making other folders or doing something. So the benefits of AI doing it for you is you get some of that time back while you're waiting for the batch to process. So this is kind of like exporting a video or doing anything else. You would go off and use your time wisely. You wouldn't sit here and actually do this. So Photo Mechanic is really fast. It is going through raw images feels like I'm going through very small JPEGs in Lightroom or Adobe Bridge or any other program like that where you can get a massive amount of images. So on the left hand side, I'm actually done with Photo Mechanic by this point. So I could have called it at 4 minutes there on the screen, but I left it and kept going because what I was going to do is actually I took all the files that I did not use, selected them all, and just deleted them. They were copies of raw files in another folder, so it's not a big deal. And then when I uncheck the box for all the files that I labeled with a 1, which 1 gives it a purple color, now these are all the files that I have left. And what it's doing now is actually creating sidecar files. So anything that you do to a file gives it a sidecar file. So if you crop it, if you give it a rating, if you give it a flag, if you give it metadata, whatever you do in either one of these programs, it's going to give it a sidecar file. And a sidecar file is a file that is attached to the raw image. And so whenever you take a raw image and put it in another editor, it'll take the information you saved to that file, and it won't edit the file itself. It will give all this metadata information in a sidecar file. So you can put that in Lightroom, you can put it in Bridge, you can put it in many other photo editors. If we zoom over to Aftershoot, it's 6 minutes, 36 seconds. It is still not even done with the, it's not even done with the editing yet. So we have gone through, done batch editing on 500 images in Photo Mechanic, and so far we're still not even done in Aftershoot. So the clear winner by speed. The human can do it much faster in Photo Mechanic. I didn't go through and like pre-edit these. I just took a bunch of files and I edited them. So we're still going through and looking. Aftershoot still has a little bit of time left as we go through. There's not really much else I can do with this program as of right now. It's just going to do its thing and then give me those files. And now we can see that it's completed the job there. So we'll go ahead and blow this up and make it full screen so we can see what's going on. But I kept the timer going because this will give me selections of what it thought were good photos. And it actually does a really good job. It will keep more photos than I want. So in a series of bursts, I will not keep more than one. And so as it went through here, it kept one or two from either different angles or different motions going through. You can see the kids, they would catch a ball and then they would catch a ball. The one that I wanted to keep in this actually had the ball in front of him, so I had to go find it. But it will keep the burst on the right hand side, and you can select one if you didn't like the one it selected. But basically this gives me all that time back. So the first 7 or 8 minutes, I get all of that time back to do whatever I want. But when I come back to this, I have to go through and sort. It gave me 89 files to sort through. And on Photo Mechanic, I brought it down to 49 files myself. So the time you save to go through here, you still have to go through and check what the AI got and switch things around. I don't really feel like that's a big time savings. And then after that, I have to go through and add metadata to the files. All right, so there we go. That's the side-by-side comparison. And to me, I have a clear winner. As in linear time through Photo Mechanic, it was roughly 4.5 minutes from beginning to end. So that was taking a folder, grabbing the images that I want, getting all the keepers, and I really didn't have to delete them. I could have moved them to a different file and just moved that file into Lightroom and began editing. The Aftershoot was about twice as slow. So it was about 8 or 9 minutes just to get through the initial images. And then you can make your own decisions. You can try each of these programs completely for free. The links are in the description and you can make your own judgments. This is just kind of the way that I compared them, apples to apples, if you will, going through a culling process for my own images.